Okay, the first thing we're going to do is a 5-minute bell ringer. And I have it wrote on these little strips for you. And I'll give you paper to do that on. Can you help pass out some paper? Get you to help pass out a piece of paper to everybody. And if you don't care to help pass out bell ringers, you can help pass out some. The only thing you'll need is a pencil. And this bell ringer only has 3 questions on it. And what I want you to do on this blank piece of paper, write your name on it. We're going to use the front for the bell ringer, and at the end of the class, when we do the exit slip, we'll do it on the back, okay? So put your name on there. Thank you. Did everybody get one of these slips? Yes. Does everyone have blank paper?
Yes.
Okay, you can go ahead and start on that. We'll take about 5 minutes to do that, okay? You don't have to. And I'll read these for you. The reason I didn't put it up on the overhead projector is I know some of you might have trouble seeing it. And that way everybody has their own copy, but you don't have to write on this, just write on your blank paper. Number 1 says Anne has 3 puzzles. Each puzzle contains 24 pieces. How many puzzle pieces does she have total? So write that as your multiplication type problem on your paper and go ahead and answer that. Okay? These are all like that. Number 2 says if a car travels at 55 miles per hour, how many miles would it travel in 4 hours? Just write that multiplication problem on your paper and find the answer to it. And the third one says Jack shoots an arrow 48 yards. Jill shoots her arrow 3 times as far. How far did Jill's arrow go? Turn that into a multiplication problem and work that out on your paper. Okay. So what does this first one say? 24 pieces and has 3. How many does she have total? So is it going to be 24 plus 24? Multiplication. paper over. The girls are handing out some more, some visual aids for you all. After they get done handing these out, then we'll go ahead and end our bell ringer. What I'm giving you is, you all watched the Turtlehead video in here?
Yes.
Okay. And so what we're going to do is, we're going to work out some problems together on the board. You won't have to write them on your paper. And we'll use the Turtlehead method. And I just printed this off because this is the picture that Miss Brad left up on the board for you all last week, just to show you all the steps of the Turtlehead method. So you can have that. And then the other sheet that you can also keep is just a multiplication chart, because I know some of you all were having trouble remembering some of your multiplication. So this is for you to keep, and you can use it during our lesson. Okay, did everybody get one of each of these, the turtle head and a multiplication chart?
Yes.
And do you all know how to use a multiplication chart to
Yes.
find your answer? No?
Yes.
Okay, so let's take a look at it. Everybody look at your multiplication table. Let's say I wanted to, and I should have pulled this up on the overhead, I guess, but y'all can look on your paper. Let's say I wasn't for sure what 9 times 9 was, okay? I can go up here and find my 9. I can start up here or I can start over here, either way. Since it's 9 times 9, what I need to do is go all the way down until I find my other 9. So my first 9's here, my second 9's there. And where do they meet at? 81. So 9 times 9 is 81. If I wanted to know what 5 times 3 was, I go over here and find my 5, and over here's my 3. And where do they end up meeting? If I go down 3, it's 15. So 5 times 3 is 15. If I want, let's do one more. If I wanted to know what 6 times 7 was, I go up here and find my 6. I go over here and find my 7. And then I'll go over and see where they meet at. 42. So 6 times 7 is 42. Okay? So you all can keep these, okay, to use during our lesson. And right now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull some problems. I'm going to work some problems out on the board. I'm going to get you all to help me with those. And you don't have to write these on your paper. Do you have my lesson plan? The one that you copied? And this paper that you all have right now, you can just flip it over. Don't write anything on it, because what I'll have you do is we'll just work them out together on the board, okay? These problems that I'm going to do now, you don't have to write them down. We'll do them together, because the back of this page is what we're going to do later when I give you all an exit slip, okay? All right, so I'm going to read some of these problems, and you all help me figure out how to write them. Okay, so I'm going to read this first word problem. An adult human has 32 teeth. If there are 83 adults in a room, how many teeth is that in total? So what can I do to find the answer? Multiply. Do I have my numbers lined up correct?
Yes.
Okay. what would happen if I wrote my numbers like this? Would I get the same answer?
You're probably not getting an answer.
Right, so it's important that we line them up correctly, right? Okay, so you help me work this out, and everybody can answer together, okay? Let's use the Turtlehead method, because that's what we're going to work on. So what's the first thing I do? Draw the turtle's head. Okay, so now I'm just looking at this. What do I do now?
3 times 2.
What's the answer?
6.
Where do I put that?
Right there.
Now what do I do?
3 times 3. 9.
So I just bring that down. Now what do I need to bring? What do I need to make? Lay the turtle egg. Okay, so now I can put a collar on my turtle's neck. Now we're looking at this number. So what do I say?
8 times 2. 16.
What do I need to do?
Bring your 6 down and bring your 1 up.
Put down my 6, carry my 1. Now what do I do?
8 times 3. Plus 1.
8 times 3 is,
24. Plus 1 is 25.
and I just bring that number down because I'm finished. Now what do I need to do?
Add.
Okay. And let's say these together. 6 plus 0 is 6. 9 plus 6.
Is 15.
Bring down my
5.
carry my
1.
1 plus 5 is
6. 2.
just bring my 2 down.
And bring it down.
Okay. So now we have our answer there. Okay. 2,656. Good. Okay. Now my next problem says each question on a game show is worth 74 points. There are 33 questions on each episode of the show. How many points are there total on each episode? What do I need to do to figure out the number? Multiply. Does everybody agree? Multiply?
Yes.
Actually write them bigger so we can see. Okay, so we're going to multiply. Now, I'm using the Turtlehead method, so what's the first thing I need to do?
Roll your turtle's head.
Oh, yep, there we go. Don't laugh at my turtle head, but there's my turtle head. Okay, so now what? Now what do we need to do?
3 times 4. 12.
Okay, what do I do?
Put your 1 up. Keep your 2. Bring your 1.
Bring down my 2 and carry my 1. And now what do I say?
3 times 7. 21. 22.
And I just bring that down because I'm finished with that number. Now what do I need to do?
Put a collar. Put your collar.
Yeah, well, we put our collar on
No,
and lay our turtle egg. Now we're ready to look at this number. What do I need to
3
do?
times 4 is 12. Keep your 2, carry your 1. 3 times 7.
What's the answer? 3 times 7.
21. Plus 1 is 22.
Okay, and I bring that down. And we're making sure that we line these up when we bring them down. What do I need to do with these numbers?
Add.
Okay, say these with me.
2 plus 0 is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. 2 plus 2 is 4. And 4 plus nothing, 2 plus nothing
Bring
equals
down
0.
our 2. And we have our answer. We're finished.
2,442.
That's right, 2,442. Okay. We'll just do a couple more. Okay. Winton organized a walk for charity that was 10 miles long. Of those who started, 46 people completed the walk. How many miles were walked in all by those who completed the walk? What do I need to do to multiply? Okay. Now we're going to use the Turtlehead method. So what do I need to do? Draw my turtle's head. All right.
That looks like a turtle.
Now what do I need to do first?
6 times 0 is 0.
let's do 2 more and then I'm going to let you all do some on your own. At a local school, 60 students wrote 41 letters to students in another country. How many letters were written in all? What can I do to figure out the answer? Okay. And we're using the Turtlehead method. What do I need to do?
Draw a turtle's head.
Okay. Walk me through it.
1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 6 is 6. Put a color on the 1 and make a turtle egg. 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 6 is
4 times 6?
24.
Now what?
Put your color.
We got our color on.
Add.
Add. Okay. Well, add this up for me.
0 plus 0 is 0. 6 plus 0 is 6. Bring down your 4. Bring down your 2.
Where do I put my comma?
Beside
1, 2, 3. Go over 3 places. And what's our answer?
2,460.
Okay. Last one. You guys do a good job on this. Okay, our last problem. Ethan organized a bike race that was 21 miles long. All 91 riders completed the race. How many miles were biked in all? What do I need to do?
Multiply.
Okay. And we're using the Turtlehead method. What do I do? My turtle's head. Okay. What do I do?
1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2.
Now what?
Put your collar on and bring a turtle egg. 9 times 1 is 9. 9 times 2 is 18.
Okay. What do I do now?
Add.
Okay.
1 plus 0 is 1. 2 plus 9 is 11.
What do I need to do?
Put your 1 over your 1. 1 plus 8 is 9. 1
Bring it down. How many places over do I count from the comma? 1, 2, 3. And what's our answer?
1,111.
Okay. You guys rock at this. So now what I want you to do, if you haven't done so already, flip your paper over where you have the blank side. Okay. And I want you to do there's just 5 problems on here, just like the ones we did. Okay? Yeah, you can go. You're just going to do those on the back of your
Pardon the
paper.
interruption. If you have made a chili dinner purchase, your food has been delivered to the office.
And you can use your multiplication chart if you need to. And you can also look at your visual aid of the Turtlehead method, and I left this one up on the board. Okay? Just work those 5 problems out on the back. This is individual work, so look at your own paper, okay?
We're short on 2.
Did you have any extra? You got an extra? So everybody go ahead and work on this. finished, just raise your hand because I have a little student self-assessment that I need you to do. You're just gonna read the 4 choices and you'll put on there how you feel about the lesson. Give you guys a few more minutes to finish up because it's almost lunchtime. At 5 till, we'll go ahead and stop, okay? About 2 more minutes. About 1 more minute. Ben's gonna come around and he's gonna take up your paper that's like this, okay? Make sure you have your name on at least one side of it. And then who didn't get one of these student self-assessments? Okay. What I want you to do on these is do not put your name on it, okay? It says, please check the way you felt after doing the lesson. And you're just going to check one of these. The first one says, I can do this and explain it to someone else. The second one says, I understand and can do this by myself. Number 3 says, I need more practice. And number 4 says, I don't understand this yet. So just be honest. You don't put your name on it, so I will not know who checked what, okay? Who still needs one of these? And you go around and collect those for me. And then your multiplication sheet and your Turtlehead Method paper, you all can keep those. Make sure you get
Here.